Hi, this is Paul from Matchday Profits. So Betfair Sportsbook, bet 20 on multiples and get a £5 free bet. Daily offer, and there's two ways to qualify for this. Both require doing a multiple bet with Betfair Sportsbook and laying the bet off on Smarkets. Now, I'm just going to quickly demonstrate this because I've got some live odds I want to show you. So the first stage is finding some close matches for the qualifying bet. So in this instance, I'm using the odds matcher on Profit Accumulator. This is a paid for tool, part of the website. There are some odds matchers you can use for free, but this is a very good one. So I found that where are we again? Use this one, Barnsley Blackburn over 1.5. And Celtic was the pick at 1.36 to back for the over 1.5 bet, 1.39 to lay, and Celtic's 1.54 to lay. A little while ago that was slightly closer match, but for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm just going to show you how it works out. So I've loaded the bet up onto my bet slip at Betfair Sportsbook, and as you can see, the double works out at 2.05. Just so you're aware, if you're doing this and you're not read the terms, you have to have one selection at 1.5 or above. The other selection can be as short as possible. Generally speaking, you want to keep the overall odds down just to keep the liability down on the lay side. So the double is 2.05 to back. Now, if we go over to Smarkets, what I've done is I've loaded the same bets onto the bet slip at Smarkets, and then I've clicked this sell button here, and that gives me the lay odds to lay the double. Now that has Smarkets built-in margin in it, and what happens when you use this feature is it's a quick and easy feature to lay multiples, but it does come with a price. So using the match betting calculator at Profit Accumulator, you can see I'm backing £20 at back odds of 2.05, and my lay odds are 2.32. My commission is 0% through the Profit Accumulator offer, and we can see this is going to cost me £2.78 qualifying loss to get the £5 free bet. Now it's just about acceptable, but obviously that isn't preferable. So is there another way to do this? Yes, there is, which is sequentially laying the selections. Now, in this instance, we've got Celtic, which kick off at 6 o'clock, and then we've got the unders bet, which kicks off at 7:45. So we just about do that? A football match is going to last. It's going to be very close whether we can do this one or not. It'd be preferable to use an 8 o'clock kickoff as a second bet, but for the purposes of the demonstration, we'll assume that there's a slightly bigger gap between these two. In reality, the Celtic match is going to probably be decided one way or the other by the end of the game, and we could actually lay this in play if we needed to, so it's probably safe to do it. But what we need to do to sequentially lay is we need to use this calculator at Profit Accumulator called the ACCA calculator. So what we do is we quickly type in our bets. Both of these are happening today, and the second one was 19:45. The first one was a 6 o'clock kickoff, and what was the event? The event was over 1.5 Barnsley Blackburn. So I'm just going to type this in very quickly. Not very good. Barnsley Blackburn. I've typed in under there for some reason. That's wrong. Over 1.5. Do double check all your bets, otherwise you will make a lot of errors. So yeah, I'm just going to type in. Just filled in the blanks. Basically, you have to fill in both bets. So you have to add each leg, and then you have to fill in all of the columns, including the commission, before it will give you an overall sum. Once it's done, once you've entered all this, it will give you a profit and loss figure here. Now I should have said you also have to make sure your stake is £20 here for this, and you also have to tick that it's a qualifier. So that's how you basically set up this special calculator for sequential laying. And as I say, that is going to tell us what the qualifying loss is, and immediately we can see this is a much more preferable way of doing things because we're only losing 94p compared to £3. So that makes this offer a really good offer to do on a daily basis if we can just lose £1 every time. The only downside is we have to monitor the result of this first selection in the ACCA and see if it wins or loses. Now, if it loses, we don't need to do anything because we will win our lay stake of £19 6p, and that will be the qualifier over. We'll have lost £20 with Betfair Sportsbook, and we'll have won £19.06 on Smarkets after we've laid the selection as a single. If it wins, what we do is we come here and click the tick for 1. So if it would have lost, we'd have clicked the X. If it wins, we're going to click the tick, and that moves us onto the second column and tells us we've got to lay this selection for 29.35. Now that will, whatever happens then, we will be in the same position. We will lose 94p overall. Just to go through the mathematics of that, if the first bet has won, we will have lost £10.29. If this £29.35 lay at 1.39 loses, we will lose £11.45. So I'm just going to do it on an off-screen calculator here just to save time. So we'll have lost 21.74, and we know from our double with Betfair that will have won, and that will have won £20.91. I'm just going to do the difference, and the difference is coming up as 83p if I've done that right, which is close enough to the 0.94, isn't it? Yeah, so we can see that either way we're gonna end up with a just under a £1 loss. So yeah, this is a much better way of doing things. If you can follow the action, you're gonna have a lot less qualifying losses on this. If you're going to do it this way, which I'm going to do today, I would just set an alarm on my phone to check the result of this game at probably just before 8:15. So yeah, 44 minutes past 7. I'll have a look at this. If Celtic have won, I will immediately go onto the over 1.5 goals market on this and lay the over 1.45 for 29.35 at 1.39. Just going to show you that market. Where are we? You go down 1.5 over 1.5 1.39. They odds may change later on. That's the only other downside to this method, in which case you can just change that there, and it will recalculate. Now, worst case scenario, this isn't going to change much in that market. If it did go to even say 1.46, we can see that the qualifying loss is still going to be lower than if we would have used the method of just laying the double outright. Okay, I hope that's given you some idea of how to do this. Yeah, any feedback, any questions, get in touch. Bye for now.